Hello everyone, welcome back to MGS2 Very Easy League Week 7. We are going into Game 2. I am Apache Smash and I'm with DLimes13.
I cannot believe what I just saw. I
That was
cannot
some
believe what
crazy
I just saw.
racing.
I have no idea what I just saw, and good luck to anybody, the rest of the league, including me versus Platonic, to live up to that. That was ridiculous. Like I don't even know what to say. But anyway, let's try to table that for now. We can recollect on that later, and let's just let's talk about this matchup. Very interesting matchup of its own.
It's going to be such a good one. Like, I think PlatonicGuy is an incredibly consistent player on the highest level of this game. Joe is certainly looking like he's going to reach that level very soon as well. I'd obviously give the edge to PlatonicGuy, but as we've seen, crazy things can happen.
Yeah, I mean, Platonic is, I dare say, he's not played his A game. Like all league, he's not. He's memed a little bit in some races. He's kind of fooled around and stuff like that. But we've also seen some questionable gameplay out of him, where it comes to movement strategies, just some uncharacteristic mistakes. He's 6-0, yeah, but you kind of wonder if sometimes he plays down to his competition a little bit,
Yeah,
and that could get him in trouble.
I think he's in many different worlds at the moment as well. Like, there's all kinds of strats coming into the game. Like, look at this ridiculous Olga he's going for at the moment. What the hell is this?
This could lose time easily. If this fails, this is time loss. And it failed. So Joe's gonna come out in front, more than likely. Yeah, Joe's out in front. That was clean. So going for risky stuff early.
Mitigated risk, though. I mean, he isn't too far behind. It's not the worst Olga in the world.
I mean, if it goes into overtime, you're gonna kick yourself. Like we just saw that. So
yeah, at the end of the day, though, that Olga loop can just straight fail. That left side Olga loop can straight fail, and maybe he's thinking, look, if I go for this, I'm trying something here, and if it fails, it's my fault, rather than the game just taking it away from him.
I get that. And it's early. Like it's not like he's doing something risky at Solidus and he's gonna throw the race. But like if you're gonna do something, try to get out of the way early. You get a couple seconds. And if you don't, then whatever. I mean, he's talented enough to make it up very, very quickly.
Yeah, for sure. And as I was saying, like, he's between multiple different worlds at the moment. Like, there's all kinds of crazy strats and different routes. Like, what the hell is this? Did he accidentally SOCOM that guard?
Did he have turbo on?
Perhaps, but wow, he had the SOCOM out, which is weird.
He may just, well, he was gonna have his warning shot, I guess. I don't know. I'm not sure.
I don't know either, but this is going to be the theme going forward. That's the thing with Platonic. Sometimes you literally don't know what he's doing because he's just like, he's on another plane with this game.
Mm-hmm.
His comprehension of like strategies in this game and what's possible is just like, it's the absolute best.
Yeah, I mean he's definitely one of the best, bar none. He's definitely written his name into the MGS2 history books. SAR strategies, IL strats, he's an excellent full game runner. He can do it all. He's a hell of a VR player. Like, this is one of the best that's ever come and play this game.
Yeah, for sure. And like, what's he gonna do going into the plan? I mean, what's he gonna do in the holds? Is he gonna try a right side? What's he gonna do in the plan? Is he gonna do conveyor belt route? Is he gonna do a 6+1 Harrier? Like,
he won't do that. Unless he's out in front by a lot, he won't do that. But I think he'll do conveyor belt. I think he'll do right side. I think he'll try right side holds. Because he has been a little cocky, saying he's going to beat Joe. No problem. He's told me that. Joe, you cannot take lightly.
Definitely not, no. Very consistent player. He's got a great average. He hasn't had a bad run. Not that I can think of. He hasn't had a bad run, right? All of his runs have
Not
been
not
standard.
really, no. I mean, he's had the one loss, but it was a close loss to BMN. So, all right, Joe with the guard rush coming up. Let's guard the back.
I really like
A
the
little
position for that
trouble.
guard at the back. If that didn't happen with the guard on the right, then that would have been really good.
Tonic has some trouble too. All right, Jose remains in front. They both run out of ammo at the end too, so they both have get down to 0.
Yeah, if you're on 0 lethal ammo and you mess up the ladder glitch, you have no way to get out of it.
Unless you do
Because if
funky movement and stuff. All right,
yeah,
fancy ladder glitch from Platonic.
Joe being super safe.
Yep, he's been doing that throughout League lately, so I don't blame him for doing that. That's going to cost him a second or so, but keeps the lead nonetheless. Makes it a little uneventful, unlike the last race. I don't. Yeah, roll strat from Joe. Usually pretty good with this. He plays it kind of safe. A little fancier roll thing from Platonic, and he's gained
Yeah,
a couple
he's
seconds doing
gained.
that.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was very clear time save there.
Neck and neck.
Oh,
Like,
what happened with his camera? He was scrolling the photos.
that's weird. So Joe's going to win tanker just barely.
And as we know, it means absolutely nothing.
Mm-mm.
It really doesn't mean a thing. This is 10% of the run.
All right.
We're gonna have a real race between these two.
I think so. I think so. The only disadvantage I'll say for Joe, he does not have turbo. So that could come into play a little bit.
Oh, of course, yeah, he doesn't, right?
No, he never got it set up. He was having trouble getting it to work.
It's not something you literally want to turn on and get to racing with. You really have to get used to it. You really have to play through with it.
Yep.
Both with the MGSR name, that means they're both using the save pack, which you can find on SRDC resources. It's got a save for every room in the game. I think it's a good sign of how far the game's progressed, right? When you look at that save pack and how the menus are set up on each save, a lot of them are just straight up wrong now. like the Harrier,
Right.
for
I mean, they're
example, when
all
you hit
correct at the time. There's just been so much evolving with this run that we just do a lot of little things different now.
yeah. It's like just frozen in time from that period. It's great.
Mm-hmm.
I'm under attack. Stay alert. Stay on the lookout.
It is JMC. It's under substance. Just to answer that question directly.
I feel like Joe really still lets his character come through in these races without losing any time for it now. Like he's kind of reined it in a bit, but you still see plenty of character out of him. And Platonic's pulled slightly ahead here. I love seeing races now where one person goes conveyor belt route and the other person does the standard. Because you don't know really, like, precisely who's ahead until strut A. Ooh, Joe had a little bit of trouble with that guard.
Yeah, they're pretty much in sync at this point. Yeah, Platonic just with the ever so slight lead. but we're probably going to see them veer off and go in different directions. I bet you Platonic's going to do the conveyor belt route for bomb disposal. Has the opportunity to be faster if you execute directly, but or execute properly. But it is somewhat difficult to pull off in a super fast manner. All right, moment of truth. Is he going to go? Is Platonic going to go for the conveyor belt route? The answer is no. Interesting. She's gonna go for consistency. Okay.
For all the
So
fans at home, the conveyor belt route is where you use the boxes and a glitch to get onto the conveyor belt inside of Strutty, and which teleports Raiden around the plant. It allows you to skip two rooms, two connecting bridges, and you do all this effort of doing this glitch multiple times and picking up these extra boxes, and it saves about a second. But we've seen Platonic execute really well. I think B-Man is fantastic at executing that as well. Does Platonic even know the old bomb route? Is he gonna
at this
start?
point, I'm not really sure. I mean,
is he gonna like start veering off for like the boxes and stuff on the strutty roof?
that would be quite hilarious. So it'd be a sight to see for sure.
Holy crap, they're keeping it competitive.
It's
Now,
close.
PlatonicGuy, obviously he can do swim glitch. Would he be comfortable going for it in a race? I know Joe is like made a thing. I think he's done it every time, right?
Yeah, Joe doesn't care. He will do it every single time, behind a head, does not matter. Platonic is gonna play it by ear. If it's close or if he's behind, he will, and he can do it. He's the world record holder.
Yeah.
I think he's gonna play it by ear, depending on the margin. I think if he's ahead by any amount, I think he'll forfeit swim glitch and not go for it.
The swim glitch apocalypse is nearly upon us, believe me, folks. Everyone will be swim glitching.
It's definitely a lot easier with turbo, because you can just hold circle and then concentrate on your left input. I find it way easier with turbo.
Yeah, I'm starting to see it much like the 5+1 Harrier now. It's like if you miss it, you lose a lot of time. If you make one minor mistake during it, you lose a lot of time, right? But it's pretty consistent now to go for. Oh, I
Excellent.
love that. I absolutely love that.
Yep, that is very consistent. Joe goes a little safe. He'll pick up the claymore on the way back, but that was definitely pretty clean.
Just the execution on that, he lost no movement at all in going for that.
Is there somebody there?
Platonic really will show you why moving correctly in every single room will net you a lot of time, especially across bomb disposal. I think he has absolutely exceptional movement. He really is a pleasure to watch. Definitely one of my favorite runners to watch. I'm just kidding. I don't have favorites. Joe. So as we kind of predicted, Joe is very much holding his own in this race. It's kind of scary to go against PlatonicGuy.
Who's there?
And now we'll finish up bomb disposal. Just one more to go. It's in strut C, and we've got to pick up sensor B as well. And we'll defuse the bomb and then pick up sensor B. I think it's been mentioned to death at this point, but it's a second faster to do it in that order.
Yep, it was somewhat discovered on accident. We saw another player do it in our VE tournament back in May, and it ended up being a little bit quicker. So
The old very easy game has come a long way since our tournament in May into this fully developed league, which has been just incredible to watch, to be honest with you. It's produced so many great moments. Wow, I love that. Does it lift you up from prone? Yeah, it resets your position.
that's some Class A swag for sure.
Certain codecs and triggers in the game will reset your position like that. Very, very useful to know about. The codec before Fortune doesn't do that, right? It does reset your position wherever you hit the codec, it will always put you there, but if you're prone when you hit it, it won't stand you up.
Correct. That is correct.
So we could possibly see some change at Fortune if someone gets an additional dialogue line, something like that. Having like perfect Fortune is becoming so standard now. For a long time, like people would be getting all kinds of times on that fight, like 115 to 125, but generally now everyone gets like a 112, 113 every time.
Yeah, the variance has definitely gone down with the more consistent start and then the consistent middle.
You'd have thought nothing of getting that additional dialogue back in the day, even like 6 months ago. You'd have thought nothing of it. You wouldn't even notice it. And now it's like every word she says is like a dagger. Because you know you're just losing like 5 seconds. This as well, the deep sea dock bomb, that position. Is it faster to turn like that first and then unequip? It can't be right.
I'm not sure. All right, Fortune for Platonic. Taking the punches real slow. You want to make sure you get the full punch, because if you just punch like quick, then you won't get the full punch, and you won't be in proper position.
I think as well he was ensuring that he didn't have turbo on, because we've seen him start that fight with turbo on, and then he does too many punches, and then you're in a bad position. It's a very specific setup for her to destroy the forklift and then the lights.
Joe trying to do his classic memes.
Yeah, it works a lot better if you're unequipped, right? So if you get shot there like that, it doesn't matter too much. It's only if she speaks.
Looks pretty standard from both so far, still relatively close. Joe's getting lit up a little bit, but no real danger of dying.
Classic Joe. You don't want to get hit there, right? Because you could get the bleed bug. When you go into bleeding, the PC version of the game can sometimes bug out and drop you to like 1 FPS. The only way to get rid of it is to either heal with a ration or progress the room if it's in Fortune, because obviously every boss fight gives you full health again. Whoa, what was that pickup movement? That was crazy.
Yeah, great pickup, but then got blown up, so it's gonna cost him a couple seconds.
Yeah, he just tried to straighten out south too quickly, right? Like,
Yep.
you have to be careful of the other one. Very strange, very out of character, I feel.
I think you'll probably see. Well, I'll take that back. I would say you would normally see M9 Fat Man out of Platonic, but I think with the close margin right now, yeah, because he just unequipped his M9 and he has his cooldown as previous, he'll be doing SOCOM Fat Man. He's going to play a little more safe, a little more consistent, not take any risks. A little bit early on that Claymore pickup from Joe. Lost a touch of time there.
Platonic is respecting Joe, and like, he should, right? You need to.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
I quite like the right side crouch for the fast bomb on the roof before Fat Man.
I'm always afraid I'm going to like cartwheel or something on accident, and Joe kind of gets it as well, just a little late. Platonic going for a newer setup for Lethal Fat Man.
Oh, he's lost him.
Ooh. Yikes.
This is big trouble.
Joe gets good RNG. Joe's done.
Oh, he didn't get the fast bomb.
No, it's tight. It's tight. It's within a second now.
So for anyone who's unaware, certain positions on the bomb, you can get a fast bomb when you're defusing it. It's about 1.25 seconds faster. There's 4 of those available in Fat Man that can all be fast or slow bombs, so they're really, really important to get all of them.
Yeah, this is neck and neck for sure. Platonic's gonna come out a little further ahead just because of turbo, probably. But yeah, good stuff so far. But Ames can be the next separator.
Any section of cutscenes and codecs where you have the cutscene that goes into the already open codec, Turbo is like insanely good at skipping those well. Like way better than a person ever could. The standouts are that one after Fat Man and any ones with Olga in it, basically.
Now both
That
of
was
these guys
That was a
are idiots.
spooky like analog from Joe there. That was a really spooky movement.
Yeah, both of these guys are absolute idiots because they both use analog there. When if you just hold down left on your D-pad, you never hit the Claymore mine 1,000,000,000% of the time. Why you use analog? I don't get it.
It's just unnecessary risk. It's like you don't need to risk your like race on that one section. And like the setup for the D-pad is you cartwheel, then you change to the D-pad, hold down and left, and then you cartwheel over the stairs and change back. Like it's free.
It looks
And
like both are going to do the Claymore strat, and both are going to go in different directions.
yeah, the right side is slightly faster, if I'm correct.
In my experience, yeah, depends, but yeah, I just find it easier.
So they do all that so that the elevator door will still be open. Platonic had a little bit of trouble getting the elevator there. That can be finicky, right? Touching the elevator button.
Yep, just a touch. All right. Probably see a difference. Yeah, Platonic's going to do a newer setup for the sensor that saves just a smidge of time. But here we go. What aims will we get? RNG hell.
I'm calling the same one. I don't know which one, but the same one.
I don't
Same
know.
for both.
Reporting no problems in
Oh.
the hall on B1 in the Shell 1 core.
Oh, bad call. Bad, very bad from Joe. He tried to. Well, they're roughly the same time. They had different aims, but Joe tried to pull an audible and go northwest just to see, but Ames faked him out and he was actually southwest. So, but it ended up being roughly even for both competitors.
For it to be so even at this point, it's scary. Can you imagine Joe beating Platonic?
No disrespect to Joe. Fast elevator.
That
That would
would be
be a
something, right?
that would be a significant upset. That would benefit him with tiebreakers. Like that would go a long way in this league. It'd be the shocker of the league.
For sure. We're not there yet, and we have a lot more
No, there's a
tests
lot to
still to
go.
go. Joe did the little fancy cartwheel where you land halfway on the stairs, and then Platonic did the full stair cartwheel. Aerial stairial, if you will. I don't like cartwheeling to the BSG1.
Same. I don't like it either.
You turn awkwardly out of a cartwheel, right? Like you can't just like
Mhm.
turn 180 after a cartwheel very, very easily.
This sync. Look at this. It's just perfectly in sync.
Well, now I'm slightly behind on one. They are not perfectly in sync for me.
Are you watching the restream viewer?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, Platonic slightly ahead thanks to some cartwheels.
Send backup. I have an unknown target here.
Oh, Platonic's gonna do the warning shot strat and then cartwheel into the scarred. Nice, very clean. That's good stuff.
Do you know, I was actually watching the feeds separately. I'm gonna watch the restream view.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea. Yeah. All right, sensors. Platonic. Oof.
I felt my whole body go like, oh, he missed one. He forgot one.
He did forget one. Very clean, but still forgot one. Here we go.
Six
I'm just
plus
gonna.
one. 6+1 Platonic. Show us how it's
Oh,
done.
on 1, 2, 3. Now he's gonna go for 5-1. Joe's. They both got high damage. If they both get out of here with a perfect carrier, game on.
I hate how how Joe followed the Harrier for so long.
Can you believe this?
My god.
We have a race. Unreal.
It's really difficult to commentate races when they're this good. I'm just like watching in silence.
In sync again. Dual leap of faith. Got him.
Yeah, Leap of Faith, you know, once upon a time was a huge run ender. Even for like the best players. You would have something there, you'd be like, oh no, Leap of Faith. It's become pretty standard now. Tends to be down to controller malfunctions and things like that when people fail it.
Yeah, Platonic's just inching his way forward a little bit, just purely based on movement. That's why he's one of the best.
Every credit to Joe for just keeping up like this, though. He's going chaffless as well.
Yep. Good. Very good. Clean shot. Very clean shot. Gets right to the edge.
That's
Oh,
about
he
as
just
close as you can get. That is as close as you can get.
no
Any
D-Lime
closer than
special
that.
today. Oh boy.
Any closer than that, and you're going in the drink. Platonic's got to be feeling like he has to go for swim glitch at this point.
I don't think he will. If he's slight ahead, I think he will take the risk and bank that Joe gets like a 4 cycle or something. But I don't know. We'll see. Like, I don't think we've seen swim glitch out of Platonic. Maybe once, if at all. So I don't know. He can obviously do it. That's not a matter of question. It's just. I
At
think
this
this is the
point,
most he's really been tested.
Joe would pull ahead with a 2 cycle.
Yeah, as of right now, yeah.
As it stands. Fast
Yeah.
elevator and things like that could change that.
Yeah, the movement is just, it's starting to add up. Like, there's not been a whole lot that's happened post Harrier. But the movement has just added up. The gap's almost 3 seconds. But Joe did have to go chaffless, so that took away a second. This Nikita pickup can be tricky, which we saw. What's Platonic doing?
Is it his controller? He's like holding the map. Look, it's his controller. That's why he held the map. He needs to
What?
pause his game, fix his controller.
Oh
my god, he's gonna struggle to swim back like that. He really needs to pause and take his controller out and plug it back in.
Platonic, no.
Oh no, this is costing him some time here. But like he's got another swim to go as well.
Just surface. Pause.
He really needs to pause his game.
Oh my god.
That was the most horrific thing I've ever had to watch in my entire life. So I've had that problem with my controller in the past where it just thinks the right analog stick is active, but like
I've never seen that in my life.
he's got to swim again. Like yeah, he's paused. Cool.
So for the viewers with the pause, the IGT does pause. The in-game timer does pause when you pause the game. All matches do go to the IGT, so he's not losing time during the pause. For the sake of, look at that. Look at that.
Oh, that's trouble. That's how good he is, by the way. Even with that, he's fine.
I was gonna say, for the sake of competitiveness, I'm not gonna make Joe pause because it's gonna come down to the IGT anyway. But for viewership, it's gonna look like Joe's significantly ahead, which he kind of is right now, based on the swimming air. But yeah, that is an unfortunate series of events for Platonic. And if he needs to pause to get straightened out, I've told him he could. So it doesn't matter. Swim glitch from Joe at this point. Look at that.
Look at that. He's not quite high enough there. He's high enough now.
A very, very good 2 cycles. So even with all those events, like, that would have been huge. That would have been huge.
That was so clean. But Platonic, he needs to. Joe's Miss Vamp.
Joe Miss Vamp. Okay. Opportunity.
But if Platonic can't swim, it doesn't matter. Like he needs to fix his right analog stick. Like
I've told him he's allowed to fix. He can fix. It's fine. He's having all sorts of trouble. You don't want to see anybody end up like this. You don't want to see something like this happen to anyone. I feel bad for him.
yeah, he can't swim. He needs to.
He can't swim.
If he fully unplugs his controller, if he pauses it, fully unplugs his controller and plugs it back in, I'm pretty sure it'll work.
I don't know if he can use keyboard. I don't know. I'm conferring with him in backstage right now. I don't know what to do. I'm like I said, I'm gonna let Joe go, just to be fair to him. But like, Joe's pausing. Okay, Joe's pausing on his own. Joe's pausing on his own. So we're gonna wait. Just gonna wait a moment. Platonic's swimming. I think he's okay. I think. No? He had trouble with the door. I wonder if he's... I don't know what he's... I don't know.
Gonna
He's
die.
gonna... He needs a ration. Yeah, he's gonna die. He's got to surface, like, immediately.
Oh, this is gonna be close. Yeah, he's dead.
Nope. He didn't. I think maybe he resorted to the keyboard. I'm not sure. Or he's doing a mixture. He missed Vamp.
He doesn't
And I
have
think-
enough stingers either.
Yeah, he's going right to non-lethal. Oh my god. Like, here's the thing too. Like, if this was a minute in, we would call a restart. You can't do it this deep in, unfortunately. It's just not fair.
Yeah.
Man, I don't.
Week 7, cursed by controller issues.
Yeah,
That's
we
the
had
theme of the week.
your dead zone issues. Like, those are pretty bad, but like Platonic, I don't know. So what
yeah,
I think he's just swimming with keyboard, maybe. I don't. And then he's doing everything else with his controller. I'm not really sure.
he's still going for the frame ones with his keyboard. Nutty
he-
player.
He needs it all. He literally needs it all to no fault of his own. But give credit to Joe. He's putting on a whale of a show himself. He has played virtually flawless so far.
Yeah, I had the minor error at Vamp, but outside of that, like, he's played really well.
Yeah, like, I mean, he very well could be in front even if Platonic did not have the controller issues. Yeah, I don't know. And it's kind of hard to judge pace just because of the pauses and stuff like that. So I just have to wait and see. But
Yeah, I'm sure Joe's ahead, but by how much? Like, it's probably not that much. Tanker overtime? Nah, that'll never happen.
no, it's no, not for this. I mean, he's having trouble swimming again.
Oh no, I can't. I feel so bad for him.
I just. Yeah, I really don't get what did this. I've never seen this before personally. You said you have. Um,
Oh
I've
yeah,
never.
yeah. I've had this exact same issue where it thinks that it's constantly doing a right stick analog input.
Hmm.
Gotta get out of that water.
Yeah, now that he's out of the water, he'll be okay. Oh, yeah, bugs. And he's rattled at this point. The other problem is going to be Solidus.
Yeah, I think we'll see some crazy stuff at Solidus as well.
Yeah,
You can do
I
Solidus on the keyboard pretty easily. I've done that as well.
you can, but if your stick's doing stuff, then like you just hold it. I don't know. Like I have no experience with this, so I don't know. He's just doing teleportation. He just doesn't want to deal with anything.
Possible hostile sighted.
Like this is slower to do this, but he just doesn't want to screw with anything right now. He just wants to just get out.
It's a cruel game.
Yeah, Platonic would definitely like if he were to lose like normally, he wouldn't be mad about it. He's a very humble, very nice guy, but I'm sure he's furious at this. Like anybody would be. This is ridiculous. Of no fault of his own. Man,
Even Joe's not smiling.
no, he's no.
Joe as well, to say about Joe's character. Joe's not the kind of person who would want to win like this either.
No, not at all. Like nobody wants to win like this, and nobody wants to hope anybody loses like this. But I mean, it just I don't know. It's unexplainable.
I think we've seen such a large like sample size, the number of games, number of races that we've done.
MGT.
I'm surprised we haven't done more. We haven't had more issues like this. To be honest with you, strange things can happen.
Well, I'll tell you what. I'm learning keyboard in case something happens. Like I've seen it all now. Like I'm not gonna be screwed out of something if my controller screws up.
I think we're going to implement like a 5-minute button check and purposely tell people to test the buttons, check swimming, check Solidus. Like we can very easily load in saves and just test buttons now. So definitely worth doing.
Yeah, tab is pause. I learned that the hard way. I actually lost a world record to controller issues at sniping.
I can do Solidus on the keyboard, no problem. So, while we're in a section that is a little bit less exciting than certain other areas of the game, we are having a marathon. Metal Gear Speedrunners are having a marathon the weekend of the 4th of December, MGT, to celebrate their channel, become an affiliate, getting that sub button, getting some cool emotes on here. We will have the normal relay race that we have 4 times a year during that weekend. We have Team Ration versus Team Calorie Mate, so that's going to be really good. And we also have a marathon either side of that, so you can see some of the the runs we have going on there. It's going to be a quality weekend. I'm looking forward to it a lot. I'll be running in there. I'm running some World of Warcraft, maybe some Metal Gear Solid 3 Tuxedo, which is a bonus run. Limes, you're in there, aren't you?
Yep, I'm actually excuse me, but I'm eating some cheese balls because I haven't eaten dinner yet.
Yeah,
I'm actually
you're running Metal Gear Solid 1 in the relay race versus the other Lime.
yep, the
The
lime
evil
and
Lime?
fat.
Who's
Yep.
the evil Lime? Are you the evil Lime? I think you're the
Yeah.
evil Lime.
Yeah, for sure. Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah, I'm racing Limerang in MGS1 console, easy any percent for the relay. And then in the marathon itself, I'll be doing VR1 all missions as a part of like a VR block. We'll be having VR1, Ghost Babel VR by Plywood, and then Ed Boy is going to make his debut on the channel doing some MGS2 VR, all the stinking levels. So it should be pretty interesting.
Yeah, it's got its own VR block in there. I'm really looking forward to that. You'll see some Metal Gear Solid 4 starting off the marathon as well. Jaguar King doing the run that same run he'll be doing at GDQ. Metal Gear Solid 4 is in GDQ for the first time ever since its release in a long time ago. When did Metal Gear Solid 4 come out? Like 2009?
8.
Damn, I was close. Yeah, so 12 years later, or 13 years later, it's going to be his first GDQ. And Tyler will be racing Blue Metal in Twin Snakes Dog Tags, which is also in GDQ as well. So there's a lot of great runs. We're actually not here next week, right?
Yeah, we're on a bye week, so there will be no VE League next Thursday.
I might
And
take over the channel for the day because it's not Thanksgiving here.
yeah, well, I'll be eating turkey and getting fat, but piggyback on the GDQ thing, me and Joe are actually on backup to race each other in MGS2 Euro at GDQ. So, not that I hope anybody drops, but I'll accept it if that happens.
That would be cool. And yeah, three possible Metal Gear runs at GDQ. That's pretty cool. Last GDQ we had 2, both by Plywood, Metal Gear Solid 1 and Metal Gear Ghost Babel. I'm hyped for the marathon and the relay. I just like the atmosphere when we have an event on. I like the way the Discord is. I like general being filled with people.
Yeah, it'll definitely be fun. The new emotes, going affiliate. Should be a very, very fun time. All right, Joe making his way into Jegenum now. Platonic just finished up sniping. Again, if you just are joining us, Platonic had some swimming issues due to, I guess, defective right analog stick, and lost a bucket of time just to controller malfunction of no real fault of his own. He had to pause for a little bit, which does pause the in-game timer. So we really don't know the margin right now. We can say Joe is significantly ahead, just based on his gameplay and lack of mistakes. But a definite unfortunate malfunction from Platonic is likely going to cost him this race.
It's a weird one, but them's the breaks, man.
Yep.
Oh god, Joe's playing the codec. Joe, you're not far enough ahead.
I think he's far enough ahead where he can absorb it, but too bad we don't have his audio. I didn't notice it.
Playing with fire.
I should have switched to his audio a long time ago.
too much to remember.
I was so just in awe about the whole swimming thing. I don't know. Bad administrator, bad tech person. Here's the thing, Lime. I don't think he cares if he's on PB base. Like, he'll just do it anyway. And he would probably do it anyway because of what happened to Platonic, just to kind of meme and fool around. That's just the type of dude he is. Just likes to have fun.
Joe would throw away a PB in a second to play that codec.
He does not care about PBs, so he likes them, but he's all about the memes.
I've never seen a person so committed to dicking about in my entire life.
But this would be one of the all-timers if somehow Platonic does pull this out.
There's space. There isn't a lot of space, but there's space.
It's very little, and we don't know what the pauses, like what those are worth. They weren't significant pauses, but they were pauses nonetheless. But it is Joe's to lose. And Platonic went for the risky Jejunum strat because he's got nothing to lose at this point. And it looks like he's going to get it successfully. So it'll save him just a couple tenths. Meanwhile, Joe on to Tengu 2. No trouble at the start, but doing okay now.
I really don't think that, like, the very beginning of Tengu 2 really matters. It's the mid and the end where the time is won and lost. Crazy for Platonic to go for that evasion Jejunum though. That's so cool to see that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you just wonder if the controller issues didn't happen. I bet you he wouldn't have screwed up Vamp. I bet you neither of them would have. Like, Joe was watching for sure, like, what the heck's going on, and probably got a little rattled himself.
Mm-hmm.
Because you usually don't see him screw up Vamp, either one of them. So you just
Outside
wonder.
of that, Joe is on insanely good pace though.
Yeah, like it's there's a small chance at PB, but the Vamp did cost a little bit.
Yeah. And I need to just 61.
Yeah, the codec too.
A simulated solid snake shaped by VR regimen. Sound like someone you know, Jack?
So we had overtime in race 1. We had drama and controller issues in race 2. What is Makarov and Plywood going to deliver in race 3? I don't even. What could you do at this point?
I don't know.
I don't get this.
I don't know. It's so funny because like you're like, oh, you can't live up to that, and then it was just as insane.
You might as well have like. Well, yeah, Plywood could credit freeze. He has had credit issues. So. Oh my goodness. I don't know. Makarov gets a 103. I don't know. Maybe. We'll see.
Olga skip.
Don't even. Yes, I will odd instead, Plywood. You will get credit freeze.
Someone's about to like unleash the Olga skip.
What you doing? Platonic, okay. Trouble equipping. Alright, clean raise from Joe. He's coming up to his solidest fight. But regardless of the events that happened, like give Joe all the credit in the world for his outstanding gameplay. He has made minimal mistakes outside of Vamp. It's been very minimal. The codec he played on purpose. He played a whale of a match, and he easily could have won this match if it was fair gameplay from a controller standpoint. So it's tough to say what would have happened. Don't really want to speculate, but it could have gone either way. You don't know. Joe is a talented player. He deserves a win, just not like this. It's
Yeah.
very unfortunate for Platonic.
Yeah, and he'll feel that as well. He would 100% agree with you there too.
Yep.
Yeah, so Platonic's still got a problem with his right analog stick, as we can see.
Yeah. Yeah, that is screwed up, dude. Like that's so bad.
He should put his sword on and see what that's doing. I'm assuming he's just going to straighten on lethal Solidus.
I think you have to. So Solidus from Joe. Okay, standard start. Good phase one. And he gets the long dash, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. Like, moved not enough in Solidus's path.
Yeah, you got to be a little more left of where he was. Coming up on time for Joe. Oh, he gets knocked down, unfortunately. Nice parry. And
Very nice parry. Time for Joe.
So GG to Joe in all likelihood. Again, we will go to the score screen. The time is gonna be weird just because of all the pauses, but yeah, you hate to see it.
I'll squeeze the answers out of you instead, my son.
Weird one. Memorable one for all the wrong reasons.
Yeah, yeah. The first one was memorable for all the right ones, and this was just technology being an asshole. So
yeah.
What do you hope to hear? You know he doesn't know anything.
It's not him I want the answers from.
I don't quite think this will be a PB for Joe, but still a great run nonetheless. Tino. Oh. All right, Solidus for Platonic. Let's see what he can. He's using the blade. He's trying to. He's managing with the blade. This is going to be an extra cycle. Yep, it's going to be an extra cycle because he only got 2 swipes at the start. Yep.
Good work, Jack. But this is where it gets interesting.
Okay, gets the people's elbow. Good RNG. Oh, doing the B-man strat where he gets knocked down, unfortunately. And that is time for Platonic. So, not the way you wanted to see what on paper is an upset, but you hate to see the controller issues from Platonic.
There's a big asterisk next to it. You know, I think we even said like how huge of an upset it would be, but just not like this. Not that Joe didn't play so exceptionally well. Really strong performance from Joe.
So we're gonna try to get one or both in here for an interview. I can understand if Platonic does not want to. But yeah. More than likely that'll be the win to Joe. Speaking of Joe, hey Joe.
Hey guys.
I mean, GG, you played a really good match from just a pure gameplay standpoint, but you hate to see what happened to Platonic. Like that's unbelievable.
Yeah, I mean, I paused the game just to kind of see what was going on, and I feel really bad for him. It was neck and neck the entire way. I mean, our Harriers, I assume, were both like perfect because he was
Yep.
still like ahead of me. He had Northwest, I had Southwest teams. It took me a while to find him, but it was yeah. But when I saw him going back and forth in the water repeatedly, I was like, oh wait, something's not right, and I figured I'd pause it. But
Yeah,
yeah,
I mean, the call was we weren't going to make you pause just from a competitive standpoint since we were so deep in the run. Because if he had to pause to fix something, it wouldn't have affected his IDT anyway. But we were telling him pause, pause, fix, pause. But he was trying to do everything he could to fix it. But now I'm getting reports that it might have been his, let's see, his gyro.
yeah, I was kind of catching up on our backstage chat. I don't know exactly what kind of controller he's using now that I know there's like the new DualSense
He's still on a
controllers being out there.
DS4.
What was that?
He's still on a DS4. I know that.
Oh, I see. But yeah, that is really weird. I mean, I've had some goofy things happen with DS4s in the past, even with DS4 Windows. Like I had to revert to like a default profile because of, I don't know, some kind of like either dead zoning or sensitivity issues.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so it's I won't spoil the time, so we'll wait for the score screen, but you're not gonna like my answer on what my pace is, D-Limes and
Yeah.
Apache. So I played the codec for the scissors, not only just for the memes, but I did not want a PB in a race like this. So I threw it away.
That's more than fair. And we have Platonic in here.
Hey,
How
Hey,
you
what's up,
feeling,
man?
dude? Terribly
I
sorry.
swear, every time I race Joe, just like the VE tournament. uh,
Are you saying it's sabotage? Do you think Joe snuck into your house and damaged the gyro on your controller?
I don't
I
know.
mean, is that what caused it?
I think because when I turned off the right analog stick, it was still doing it. But I noticed during ascending colon and before the race, I was shaking the controller and it was moving the right stick.
Really?
How would that even happen?
I have no
Like-
idea.
That's so strange.
Ugh.
I mean, were you doing anything else today, messing with the profiles or changing any? Like, have you done any changes in the last couple days?
Nope. I mean, I played like boss survival last few days. I would have noticed it at Solidus.
Yeah,
So I don't know.
that's really wacky. So if you go into DS for Windows, does it say it's paired to that or what? Or do you
Let me
know?
go into it right now.
Okay.
Um, so where do I go on?
I don't know. I've never used the gyro on a computer, so I don't know.
Like the tilt up, tilt down options, right? That would be it. It says it's unbound. I
Wow,
don't
that is
know.
so weird.
That's bizarre. Like I don't get that.
Man, here I thought my DS4 Windows was quirky when I can't get my rapid fire to toggle on and off, so I didn't even use it in this race. Not that I could.
I
I
mean,
might check that as well if it's something in the INI file.
Well, see, I thought that's what was causing it, was like maybe something with the rapid fire caused something in his controller to just like outright fail. Like something was just, I don't know. Because like I remember Apache was saying like his INI file may have caused whatever issues he was having.
Hmm.
So like I don't know if that had something to do with it at all. Just like as a food for thought. But I don't know if you caught what I just said, Platonic, like right as he came in, as far as my pacing. After everything that happened, I was on PB pace when I got into Ascending Colon and I threw it away playing the codec because I I didn't want to PB in a race like this.
No, you should have done that.
No, man, it's I mean, we were back and forth pretty much from the beginning all the way
know.
to Harrier, and
I was watching.
yeah, so was I.
It was a
You know, I
really
mean-
good race. That's such a shame.
Yeah, I mean that's why I threw the PB away, because I wouldn't have felt good about getting it, when the race could have just gone either way. It was just a personal choice.
Mhm.
That's a class act for sure. There's not many people that would do something like that, and that just proves that what type of person you are in this community. Don't want to take a selfish PB for no fault of your own, but just because of the situation. That's an unbelievable thing you did.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing I could have accepted was maybe if he somehow got like the game to pause to try to fix it, and I may have like paused it and returned to like keep it fair, like if that's
Mhm.
what the call was. But I saw like he was just swimming like 180 all the way. Like I don't know if he was unable to pause, and I just felt like, okay, so there you go, 103.31.
Wow.
Yo,
Yeah.
Nice.
You really would have PB'd. Like,
Yeah, I was -10 in ascending colon like after Jujena, but I decided to not take it.
and that's
Yo,
with a
I'm-
screwed up amp. So you could have
Oh
been
yeah, that
borderline
fan fight.
102.
Oh my god,
So-
I was screaming after it. I was like, dude, are you kidding me?
Like
Fucking
I
man.
was when we were tied, I was gonna opt out of swim glitch, so I think you would have been ahead of me after that. So
Yeah, I mean,
I
I was
think
kind of
you
eyeballing,
probably
like,
would have won regardless. So
I don't know, like, I was eyeballing to see, okay, are we both gonna do a swim glitch? Are we both gonna opt out? Because, like, after, like, the whole controller thing kind of imploded, I was like, oh, I just almost had, like, a one-cycle perfect swim glitch, and here you are, you're, like, stuck in the water. I was like, ugh. Oh, man. But, yeah, I'm definitely down to race you again, Platonic. Either on the league or off the league. It's that this guy is amazing runner, holds the record. I mean, D Limes is like only a few seconds behind him in the leaderboards.
Yep.
The controller thing happens to anybody, but I especially hate to see it in a race. Because
yeah.
if you were to like rewind the clock back to like how this race started, and I was looking over like after Olga, I noticed that you had a little bit of trouble, and I'm going into like the lasers past the door, and I'm looking over, I'm like, dude, he's right behind me. I'm like, how did he catch up? I was like, damn.
That's the type of person he is. The movement he's the king of movement when it comes to this game, and it can carry him. And he was proving that. But
Like,
yeah,
I had right side Olga, and I was opening the door, and I'm looking over. It's like, dude, he's right behind me. What the fuck?
we need to add this to a list of rematches. You versus Platonic, and then me versus Beswick. We still need to make that happen. Maybe we need to have like a special rematch day where we have just rematches for unfortunate stuff.
Has
But
Beswick
just for
been playing
fun,
VE?
we can get him to play V. He's been he does stuff at random times. He just submitted some VR stuff recently, so
Yeah, I would definitely love to see a rematch of you two, because I mean, I know the holds got to him, but he's kind of like you said, he's kind of like an unknown but really good runner. I mean, insanely good runner.
yeah, for sure. Final time for Platonic is a 106.25. So I mean, you hate to see it, but that's just purely the controller. So, but anyway, final thoughts for you guys.
Platonic, if I could have tossed my controller from the US all the way over to where you are, I would have done it just to have you have a chance to catch up.
I'm more upset that it happens whenever I race you. That's 2 times in a row now.
Yeah, that's right. I remember that. It was it was like in the engine room. I remember we had like a referee reset because of that, but it was like, man, it's I don't know, man. Like this run for me was like, man, I was getting fast elevators when I never get fast elevators. Like it was trying to give me some kind of a leverage, but then I saw your issue with the controller. I was like, man, I take all those fast elevators back, give it to this guy. But yeah, I'm absolutely down to race you again.
I mean,
whether if it's with or without the league.
No, I don't think we should do it in the league. I would feel bad.
No, yeah, just to do it. We'll have like a rematch day, like we said. We'll have like just some fun,
Like a friendly one.
Yeah, just some friendly races on the channel or something. I think something like that would be fun in
Yeah.
the future for sure.
I
But
guess
yeah,
coming up next is Makarov and Plywood.
that is correct. Yeah. So we've had overtime in game 1. We've had weird stuff happen in game 2. What's going to happen in game 3? Stick around and find out.